My wife and my cousin tried to trick me into funding their affair. I let them dig their own financial grave.
I am 33, work as a warehouse floor manager in New Jersey. Long hours, steel-toe boots, physical labor, and coming home covered in sweat. My wife, Sarah, is 29, worked part-time at a boutique. I always thought we were a team, working hard to build a life together. About 6 months ago, things shifted. Sarah became distant. Every time I came home from a night shift, she'd be sleeping, but there were always 2 wet towels in the bathroom, a faint trace of expensive men's cologne, and her purse was constantly locked away. My gut was screaming, but I didn't make a scene. I waited. One Sunday, Sarah went out for groceries and accidentally left her physical day planner on the kitchen counter. People can be as digital as they want, but some habits die hard. She still wrote everything down by hand. I opened it, and my stomach completely dropped. She was having an affair with my cousin Mark. Mark ran a local mid-tier restaurant in town.
But it wasn't just an affair. They were planning a financial setup. Since I'd recently inherited my late father's life savings, around $110,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account under my name, Sarah and Mark were plotting to manipulate me into investing that money into Mark's restaurant expansion. Once the money cleared, Sarah planned to file for divorce, claim I was unambitious, and walk away into the sunset with Mark using my dad's hard-earned money. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. Carefully closed the notebook and put it back down. I decided to use their greed against them. The next week at dinner, I casually brought it up. Hey, Sarah, I was thinking, tired of the warehouse. What if I invest Dad's inheritance into Mark's restaurant expansion? We can become a partner. It could change our lives.
Her eyes lit up. She could barely hide her excitement. Within 24 hours, Mark called me, acting like the most loving cousin on earth. Bro, this is huge. Just wire the $110,000 over so we can start the kitchen renovation immediately. We'll sign the formal partnership papers next month. We're family, right? I smiled through the phone and said, consider it done. Here's where the trap sprung. I took the $110,000 out of my primary bank, but I didn't send a single cent to Mark. Instead, I moved it into a brand new private account at a completely different bank that Sarah had no access to. Then I edited a bank confirmation receipt template to make it look like a wire transfer had been initiated directly to Mark's equipment supplier, and I texted him the PDF proof. Mark, being blinded by arrogance, didn't bother checking his business balance. Based on that fake receipt, he went ahead and hired contractors, ordered $80,000 worth of commercial kitchen equipment, and put down heavy non-refundable deposits, all on line of credit, expecting my wire to cover it.
2 weeks later, the contractors and suppliers showed up at Mark's restaurant demanding immediate payment. The wire, of course, had never arrived. Mark panicked and called my phone while I was sitting in the living room with Sarah. I put him on speakerphone. Dude, where is the money? The suppliers are threatening to seize my equipment and sue me for fraud. Mark screamed. I looked directly at Sarah, whose face was slowly losing all color, and spoke calmly into the mic. Oh, the money? It's safe in my private account, Mark. I decided my dad's life savings were better spent on top-tier divorce lawyers and a forensic accountant than on your failing restaurant. Silence on the line. Sarah gasped. What are you talking about? I reached into my bag, pulled out color photocopies of her diary pages, a set of freshly served divorce papers, and laid them on the coffee table. Mark's downfall. Because he couldn't pay the suppliers, they filed lawsuits for breach of contract and bounced payments. His business assets were frozen, the renovation collapsed, and he had to file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. My family disowned him completely once they found out what he tried to do. Sarah's reality check? Since the inheritance was a premarital asset and I caught her trying to commit civil fraud, she walked away from the divorce with absolutely nothing. No spousal support, no house, no savings. Now, Mark and Sarah are stuck in budget apartments, broke, drowning in legal fees, and constantly fighting over whose fault it was. As for me, I'm still working hard, but my dad's money is safe, my house is quiet, and I sleep like a baby every single night. Never cross someone who has nothing to lose and all the time in the world to plan.